Welcome, one and all, to this special program. Of course, we've been having a series of programs talking about different issues, talking to the corporate community. And speaking of corporate community, we have with us Mr. Jermaine Denny, who is the site director at KM Squared Solutions. And so we're going to be talking about some interesting news that we've got. Now, here's what we've recently shared the news from KM Squared about their Caribbean expansion plans, and now KM Squared has been in Grenada for a while, and you've known that. So we're going to be asking Mr. Denny a lot more about that. So tell us a little bit more. Welcome to the program about that journey, about your Caribbean expansion plans.
Good afternoon, Mikey. Thank you very much for having me, and good afternoon to the listening audience. Yes, it is actually very exciting news for KM Squared Solutions here in Grenada, not only in Grenada, but the Eastern Caribbean operations by extension. To your question, yes, KM Squared Solutions has been in operations in Grenada for over 12 years now. As a matter of fact, in February, we will be celebrating our 13th anniversary, and it has been a wonderful journey for this length of time. I think most impressive for me personally is actually being able to observe jobs turning into careers for the time that we've been here. And that actually is a testimony to our company's policies in terms of fostering internal promotions and leveraging that skill actually to be able to help us to grow. And as we continue to grow, we will be definitely looking to continue to do so.
All right, and you yourself, you're a great success and career story at KM Squared, and probably one day we'll be able to talk about that as we get to know more about you and more about the company. But can you tell us a little bit more about this upcoming growth, and when is it expected to happen, and what does that mean for Grenada?
Sure thing, Mikey. We are actually bracing for some significant growth in the Eastern Caribbean, and we're looking to grow our Eastern Caribbean operations, which includes St. Lucia, Barbados, and Grenada, by an additional 1,500 employees. We have actually started onboarding some of that growth in St. Lucia already, and Barbados is following suit very soon. And that brings us to Grenada. And of course, we're very excited about this. We would like Grenada to be part of this growth. And Grenada is actually picked for an additional 250 heads growth from this planned expansion. So we're very excited about it. I think it's going to do really great for Grenada. We currently have a little over 500 employees, including support staff. By the end of 2022, we should get close to 600, and with an additional 250 uh, additional heads by early 2023, that is probably going to take us close to 750 and over.
Well, that sounds really exciting. That's a lot, and I'm assuming here that you'll need extra space for this growth. Can we expect like a KM Squared, maybe in St. George's or St. David, where I live, or somewhere else?
Definitely, Mikey, and I'm glad you asked that question. Our overall growth, expansion plan, corporate expansion plan rather, has some consideration for the expansion in the south of the island. We are looking at starting an operations there. However, because of the immediate need that we have to grow the business immediately, we are looking to leverage the leadership support and infrastructure that we have at our Grenville site, and we think that that would be the best decision for us at this point in time to move forward to immediately realize that growth. So we're looking to grow our Grenville operations first for this initial 250 uh, heads immediate growth. And once that is done, we will look at expanding in the south of the island. But that is the expansion plan at this point in time. And
Well,
of course, sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
Yes, and of course, it's one of the things I'm very anxious to solve, given that you have mentioned the need for space. Um, that is one of the challenges that we are having, the limitations. And we are working with the local authorities to be able to solve for that. They're partnering really very well with us. Ideally, I would like to ensure that we're able to acquire that, which will allow us to be able to support that growth opportunity that our clients are requesting of us. Um, Obviously, we have considerable space in our other Eastern Caribbean facilities, such as St. Lucia and Barbados. And rather than us not being able to benefit from that here in Grenada, because obviously, if we're not able to, that can transition into the jobs going to other countries. So I'm very anxious to have that solved. I know that there's some options for us here to be able to do that, and we're working towards being able to solidify what those options are. Um, we're talking about 250 additional jobs. We're talking about that knock-on effect for a number of different things. The growth and economic contribution to the parish of St Andrews, along with the neighboring parishes. That's exciting, I believe. I also believe that the additional benefits that it will bring to transportation service providers. We're talking food vendors. We're also talking, lots of other businesses. So I do believe that it will be a significant boost to the economic activity of this area.
I'm sure this is something. I mean, the prospects excites me. So I'm sure that this is something that we are actually going to be happy to grab onto. So I'm looking really forward to that materializing. But do you have? You said Grenville, St Andrew, but do you have a particular facility in mind for the expansion itself?
Yes, we are currently looking at a facility in Grenville that we believe can accommodate this growth. However, we are still working through the details of being able to finalize that, and we should be able to provide some confirmation on that shortly or in the very near future.
Denny. That's really good news for the people of Grenville and by extension Grenada. So I mean, it excites me to hear that. Because there are a lot of people who are seeking employment. There are a lot of businesses that would like to expand, but of course there are a lot of challenges that prohibit them from so doing. And here we have a golden opportunity by virtue of KM Squared doing this throughout the region, and Grenada having a possibility of being one of those islands who can benefit from that expansion. So I'm hoping that we can really cross our T's and dot our I's where that is concerned, so that we can get going on it, of course, and that Grenada can say, yes, we have been able to add a couple more jobs to alleviate some of the joblessness that we experience here in Grenada.
Absolutely, that is the main objective. Anything that helps to reduce the unemployment number, I think that is really great news for Grenada.
All right, and I know that you mentioned that you are on a schedule, and I'm happy that you were able to really, despite how busy you were, take some time to speak with me about this. But I still, before we wrap up, would like to give you the opportunity, if there's anything else that you would like to add before you run off again, I'll give you the opportunity to do so now.
Oh, Mike, well, Mikey, thank you so very much for taking this time to pursue this story. I appreciate it, and uh, as we continue to work towards this growth, we will be looking for lots of new folks to join us. We're looking for, well, and we're always looking for new talent. So one can expect that they will be seeing lots of advertisements for folks to join our team. We are happy to welcome. Folks to our family, and we'll be looking forward to this exciting venture that we're about to do.
Thank you very much, sir, and do have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Mikey.
All right, great.
Greatly appreciate it.
All right, so great. Folks, we heard of this and wanted to jump right on it to provide some more information about this expansion plan. I first noticed it. It was shared on the company's page and thought that this is a very interesting for Grenadians. Imagine having 250 new employees. That's a lot. for one company expanding in Grenada, a company that has been established over the years. And so I wanted to share that information with you. And if there's more updates and so on, or once there is more updates, of course, we'll be happy to share that with you again here on this platform. So we want to thank you again for joining us and see you guys later on, right? We will tell you about this and more. Have yourselves a great evening.